What's up? It's Addy here, and this is my first NBA 2K16 video for Avon V Nation. Really appreciate, guys, that you're watching our videos. We just started out, and we have 2 videos already, but thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and yeah, so let's get into it. I'm making an NBA 2K16 Blacktop video, where I'm also going to be talking about just the latest trade rumors and buzz around the NBA and what's going on. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. The last few months has been pretty intense in the NBA with Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. You know, the NBA has just flipped. You know, although the Warriors were leading already, and everybody knows that, but they've suddenly become this unstoppable train, and now teams are just trying to polish up their squad, and there's not much. Not many big trade talks going around, but there is a certain amount of trade talks going around with the Cavs, especially Atlanta getting in the mix. They're trying to get Rudy Gay, in fact. And Rudy is not a bad option for the Atlanta Hawks because, you know, they don't have DeMar Carroll anymore. They just have Kent Bazemore. They don't have a very good... They don't have as good of a scoring presence as they had, losing Jeff Teague and Al Horford this offseason. So they aren't bad decisions, in my opinion, but they could have done better. You know, I like the way their team was, but they're taking Dennis Schroeder as the main guy now. They want him to step up and take Jeff Teague's role, which, you know, that's a pretty interesting thing to give Dennis Schroeder, because he is a very good player. Off the bench, he was a great option. So, you know, maybe you don't do that. I don't know, but I guess they really wanted to, so they went with it. As for the Celtics have been in the trade talks all off season. They've been there the whole time, and nothing has happened. And this is the disappointing thing as a Celtics fan. It is hard to see that all these awesome trade rumors are coming up, and nobody is coming to the Celtics. In fact, all 4 guys that are out there right now: Paul Millsap, Ray Allen, Kevin Love, and Blake Griffin that I'm playing with right now are all at one point were in the Celtics trade rumors. And Paul Millsap and Ray Allen is the latest, but Blake Griffin and Kevin Love have been just going around for a while now. So, you know, for Blake, Doc said that he doesn't want to give Blake up, but, you know, he might just be lying. If you're a Celtics fan, I wouldn't give up just yet. But Ray Allen has said that he wants to come back and play for the C's or play for the Bucks. And this is pretty interesting because Ray is 41 years old. The guy left for 2 freaking years. 2 years that he could have played good basketball. You know, now he might be making it a stretch. I don't know. He's just letting the guys know he is a good scorer, and obviously he'll be a pretty good scorer. He won't be a starter, but he'll be a pretty good scorer off the bench. But, you know, do you want to give him a chance? I mean, I don't know. He probably wants some amount of money, and there are guys out there who can score and are pretty young too, so you don't have to get Ray Allen, but it's just it's surprising how, you know, KG and Paul Pierce, who were at the same age and played with him at one time, they're ready to leave the league, and he left and wants to come back. I was like, bruh, you don't leave and come back. You just... Those were his 2 good years. You know, Paul Pierce played a great year with the Wizards a year ago, 2 years ago. And Kevin Garnett's done all right. You know, he's been here and there. He hasn't been very good, but he's a good coaching presence. But if you leave, you can't come back now at this age. At this age, like Steven Jackson also wants to come back. Guys are trying to come back into the league, and it's a young league now. It is a league full of speed, full of guys who play super fast ball. Like the Celtics are a young team. They play really fast. Every team, the Warriors are a fast team. Nobody wanted Ray Allen when he said he could come. You know, he told the Cavaliers, he told the Warriors, he told a lot of teams that he could come back. And finally, he's trying to go with the Celtics and the Bucks because nobody else wanted him. And now he's saying that he's not a bandwagon. He just wants to play really badly. And I mean, I have a lot of respect for Ray Allen, but on the other hand, I also don't like him very much. You know, he left the Celtics as a bandwagon to go to the Miami Heat team, so maybe he doesn't really want to play. He just wants to be on another team, make some more money, and get some cash. And you know, that's just stupid in my opinion. You leave for 2 years, you're done. And so I'm not very open to that opinion of Ray Allen back to the C's. You know, he's a good player. He can go wherever he wants in the NBA. But if you're a smart team, you won't sign Ray Allen. I mean, he's old. He is donezo. Moving on, you know, Paul Millsap in the trade talks with the Celtics, and you know, I mean, Paul Millsap's a good player, but Paul Millsap for Jaylen Brown, I just don't see that happening because he's a top player. He's a good player, all-star. No reason for Atlanta to give him up, you know, unless they are all in for the rebuild, which I don't think they are. They're just trying to get stuff around and get stuff going because, you know, they had a good squad, but they're still not able to win like they want to win. So, you know, they gave up Al Horford. They got Dwight Howard. He's not a bad he's a great center. He's not a bad option. I'd say he's just as good as Al Horford. But you know, he's not a great scorer, but he's a good defensive presence, which they like. Mike Budenholzer is a pretty defensive coach, so he is very good in terms of that. So, so Atlanta made some good moves, but I don't think this is the move to go. You know, they can try to get other guys. They're trying to get Rudy Gay. No need to lose. No need to lose one of your good players. And Paul Millsap is going to be that leading scorer for them next year, so you don't have to lose him at all. You know, you want Kyle Korver to step up. You want somebody to support Kyle Korver. Rudy Gay will be a great option for them. But Blake Griffin has come up once again as a Celtic trade rumor, as a Knicks trade rumor. So many trade rumors going on for this Blake Griffin guy, and he was so amazing a few years back, and he's gonna play great next year. It was just 1 year of injuries and 1 year of health issues, but I don't even see why he is in the trade rumors. Probably because he was injured 1 year and it worked without him. So maybe the Clippers want to go solo. They want to get a younger presence on their team. Whatever it is, but you know, they have a great thing going on there. CP3, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. They don't need to have any changes have made on their team. But you know, if they want, they could do that because they did play very good without Blake Griffin. You know, DeAndre did pretty good without Blake Griffin. CP3 did more of the scoring without Blake Griffin. There was no holding back. So I mean, they were still fourth. They still played amazing. So you know, you could if you get a great deal. But if I'm Doc, if I'm a Clippers franchise coach or staff member, I don't think Blake Griffin should leave because you want to add to how good you did last year, not lose how good you did last year. I would say the Thunder are not a very big, they're not a very big contender anymore without Kevin Durant, obviously. They'll still do very good, but you know, if you're the Clippers, you look to get up to the third seed. You look to get up to the second seed without Tim Duncan there, so you could do that. You have to add to how you did last year, not lose and get a Jaylen Brown or something. So really, they shouldn't be looking to get any trade happen to their team. You know, they wanna build around that, and I could see where they're coming from to try to trade him and get a better player. But on the other hand, I also don't see why they should. It just makes more sense to me if they waited and, you know, they got Bryce Johnson in the draft. You know, they have some great players in the draft. They have to just truck through these years, and they haven't had a very good last few seasons. You know, they've never made the finals. They're kind of one of those teams that choke all the time, and as much as that really sucks if you're a fan for them, you have to just let it play out like it plays out and not worry about how it goes. And Doc knows that. Doc is a great coach, and he is a great leader for the team. And Blake is a great scorer. You know, he's a great scorer, great defender, just great all-around rebounder, everything. So you don't want to lose that kind of player. You want to build around that kind of player. And you have CP3 for now. You know, CP will be a free agent next year, so why let him go? And yeah, Blake will be a free agent next year, so I could see why those talks are coming up. But honestly, he might leave. He could leave, but on his own. You know, don't let him be on your team and think that he's gonna leave. He might not leave. He loves the Clippers franchise, and he's played for them for a while now. So he's a great player, and I don't think you really want to trade him, but with the extension of Russell Westbrook, could he go to the Thunder? And now, this is like something really interesting to me. Kevin Love, not Kevin Love, but Russell Westbrook signs an extension, third highest average salary. I mean, this guy is a top 5 player. In my opinion, he's the next season MVP. But he made a big statement with that signing. You know, he told all the Thunder fans that he's loyal, that he is no Kevin Durant, that he wants this team to win, and he wants to be on this team and only this team. He's also not signed a full max contract, so he's kind of told them that he's gonna be here until like he's gonna be here for 2 years max, where they have 2 years to fix this team or he's off. And that is a great deal for the Thunder. You know, instead of losing their guy, instead of trading him in a deal that obviously won't be worth him because he is such a great player, they're now able to say, okay, Russell Westbrook has given us a 2-year time. We have a young Victor Oladipo. We have assets. You know, we got a Sabonis. You know, let's see how they turn out. And they don't have to just give up anything big for Russell Westbrook, or they don't have to give up Russell Westbrook. You know, for this team to work, they need Westbrook on board, and they need a good signing next year, and then they'll be back up there. If they can get Blake Griffin, oh my God, this team is gonna go places. I mean, don't even think they are out of the running because they have Westbrook. Westbrook is higher than Kevin Durant in the MVP status. He is gonna win MVP next year. There's no way Steph Curry does a 3-peat, in my opinion. He did trashy in the finals. He is not that kind of player. And Westbrook, he had a good 2 years, but Westbrook is coming for him now, and he is going to be dropping triple doubles every night. It is going to be so fun to watch. And lastly, I want to talk about Steph Curry to the Spurs. Could that even happen? You know, he is a free agent next year, and if they're saying if the Warriors lose this year, the former MVP will go to the Spurs, and that is astonishing. I mean, if they lose and he goes to the Spurs will be dominant. Him, Kawhi, LaMarcus, Pau Gasol, I mean, that is a squad to look for, but, you know, I don't really see that happening. I could see the Warriors losing somebody big, but honestly, you know, they're probably going to win it next year, unless LeBron can decide anything else. But, yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And, yeah, peace out, guys.